Welcome to another stage analysis video. It's Sunday the 17th of November 2024. Got a lot to get through this weekend. We're going to start off with this weekend's video of a look at the significant bars. So HNST, the honest company, is one that you might not be familiar with. It IPO'd back in 2021, and as you can see from the longer term chart here, it's been making a turnaround play over the last year. It's moved over 300 and I think since the lows, 370 odd, no, even more than that since the low, well over 500% since the stage 2 breakout point. It's up around 300 or so percent. So big move this week on significant volume. I think this is actually as you can see, it's the biggest volume bar ever. However, obviously the price that it IPO'd at back at $16, the total dollar volume is actually bigger than the current volume bar. So it's not the biggest volume ever, it's the most amount of shares traded ever there. So it's still obviously an exceptionally strong move after consolidating for a good part of the year here. Did actually make a failed breakdown into stage 4 before recovering and starting to move back into stage 2. So had a stage 2 breakout attempt back in November, as I said through here. There was only a very minor base through the area, so a bit of a V bottom, only briefly moved into stage 1 before immediately jumping up into stage 2 through this area. So we can see from the broader structure here, if we draw the line across, it's actually made a much larger breakout from a 3-year pattern here. So you can see if we draw obviously a head and shoulders type look to this 3-year pattern, each year having a different part of that. So a massive structure on this. If we quickly go to a monthly chart, you can see that a little bit more clearly on the monthly chart. So making a stage 2 breakout on the monthly chart as well, so much more long-term breakout in that regards. Extended in the short term here, if we drop down to a daily chart, you can see well above the free ATR level here for 3 days in a row now, and even the lows on the bar above that. So very extended in the short term, but obviously with such a significant bar here, we'll be looking to see how it develops relative to this bar going forward, as from a minor count, a quick rough count, horizontal count from the breakout point back to the spring here, I think we got with a 0.25 box size on the point and figure chart, the horizontal count gives us up to in the sort of 12 to 13 area roughly. So IPO level back at 16 there, so a bit of a late bloomer as such moving out. If we go to the stage analysis website charts here, you can see South score has moved up to a max 10 this week. You can see the relative strength has significantly improved here. It's in the personal care products group, and that's obviously in a downtrend in stage 4 at the moment, so significantly outperforming its group and the number 1 stock in the group at the moment, consumer staples. So you can see it also rolling over here, potentially stage 3 or even 4 there, if the consumer staples chart there with the 100 largest consumer staples stocks. So completely different to what's going on in its sector and its sub-industry, showing continued relative strength and obviously surprisingly large amount of volatility for a staples stock. So with obviously such a huge move over the last year, over 500% there. So definitely an interesting one. You can see at the moment still in stage 2, moving out from stage 2 minus, so it was below the 10-week moving average for a while there. So it did actually recover the week before and then has pushed higher on earnings results this week. So be looking to see how this develops in terms of a consolidation and a backup potentially. Right, next up. Shopify has come up multiple times in the watch list. We had earnings this week. Let me just quick check. Earnings on the 12th there. So Shopify pushing its way out, making a stage 2 continuation breakout to new highs. Again, if we look at this on a longer time frame, you can see the monthly chart, exceptional move through 2016 to 21 with a huge monthly stage 2 run. So you can see the monthly chart is now moving back into stage 2 position as well. You can see the 30-month moving average turning up, the 10-month moving average is rising. Everything's in the right order, and we've even got the mantle of relative strength on a monthly basis starting to get back towards its zero line there. So if we come back to the weekly chart here, you can see started to move out back into stage 2 back in early 2023 here. Had a few shakeouts along the way. This one dropping down into stage 4 briefly before springing, and then again had another stage 4 breakdown area through this area, but ended up making a large double bottom pattern. Started to break back out again and moving back through into stage 2 again. So you can see at the moment, obviously some strong volume on this move as it pushes higher. Get back to the monthly chart again, so back up into the high ranges over here in the 150 160 sort of ranges. So up into this area would be obviously a potential target zone for the next major zone of resistance there. If we come back onto the stage analysis website here, let's look at it on the SATA charts here. You can see at the moment it's been since moving back out into stage 2, put on the stage's background here, so started to move back out into stage 2 through this area, as I said, after the double bottom move there. So turn that back off again. So, and now currently on a SATA 10, which is the max score compared to its group. It's second in the group at the moment, behind Twilio, GoDaddy in there as well, and Wix. So it's in the tech sector, which continues in stage 2B at the moment. So currently in stage 2, pushing up towards the highs. Again, be looking for how this develops based on this significant bar here. So whether it holds on any kind of pullbacks, we wouldn't really want to see it start to come back below the weekly low on that. Come back. AFRM is the next one I want to go to. AFRM, another one that's come up many times in the watch list in the previous months as it started to move back out into stage 2 again, now making a further continuation breakout, pushing to new highs again. So it did come out through this area and start to push up into stage 2 once more. So making a continuation move. So looking to see if this can push higher in stage 2, potentially get back up towards that $100 level. Again, going to the longer term look at this, you can see this is another one that's starting to make a monthly stage 2 breakout move. So this is a little bit of a change of character for it. It's obviously been in a long term stage 4 decline before starting to turn around again. So now starting to push out into a monthly stage 2 as well as being in a weekly stage 2 since back through this area here.